Hey guys, welcome to this week's team call. It is March the 21st, and I apologize in advance. You may hear our dryer or washer going off in the background, so I hope that you can still hear me okay. Other than that, I just want to kind of go over some announcements really quick before we dive into the portion and topic of this call. So first things first is that Super Saturday is April the 8th. Some places do have them on Sunday, so that would be April the 9th. Please check and make sure that you go ahead and find the place that you are going to, because some places will sell out, and you want to make sure that you go to the event. The events are where it happens, and they are so much fun. And plus, maybe an event near you has a live workout, or maybe you'll be able to see one of the trainers for a photo opportunity. You definitely want to go. And then the other thing is the Playbook Live event in Philly is on May 6th, and now we have 4 people who are already in the running for the free tickets. So we have Morgan, we also have Mariah, Courtney, and also Brianna, sorry. And you guys are awesome, and you guys still have this month and next to qualify for that. And along with that, you guys are also on the board for Success Club. So Morgan, Morgan's already at 4 points, and then Mariah, Courtney, and Brianna are all at 2 points so far for this month and hitting Success Club. So only helping a couple more people. You guys will be in the club, which is super exciting to see you guys move your business forward. So that was all for announcements. I am going to go ahead and dive right into the team call. And this was actually requested by Mariah, and how I am using my Google Forms to help people in getting started and kind of collecting certain information so that I can best help other people and all of those that I am talking to. So I'm going to actually share my screen with you so I can show you exactly what I do and go from there. So one second here. Okay, so you're going to probably need a Gmail account, and I believe you need Google Chrome in order to use Google Forms, Google Docs, or Google Spreadsheets, or even Google Slides. Google Drive is really awesome, and it's free to use, so I highly suggest it. Whereas, Excel and things, or Word, sometimes you have to pay for those, or, they give you so many months free or so many days free, and then you have to pay for them. So Google Forms and Google Drive overall is free, so that's what I use, and it keeps track of everything, which has been very beneficial for me in keeping Google documents and things like that. So how do you get there? Like, after you have a Gmail account, you've signed into Google Drive, you can now access, Google Docs, spreadsheets, or forms. So the topic that I'm talking about is Google Forms. And I use these for a couple of things. One, it is totally customizable. You can change the color, which I'll show you, the pictures and things like that, and also like the questions and information that you are wanting. And yeah, that's basically it. It's super simple and easy once you get the hang of it too. It's something that when I first figured out how to use it, then I was like, this is awesome, right? So I hope that this benefits you and helping you to use it as well. So for me, you can go to it by going to docs, Google.com, and then / and forms, and that will be the direct link to go to your forms on your computer. So you do have to start a new form. I can click a certain template that I want to use. Basically, most of the time I just go to a blank one and I create one myself, because that there's not really one for Beachbody coaches specifically. So this one is the way that I do it. So I'll kind of walk you through it. So I'm going to hit new form, and then you're going to have untitled form and a description. So here I would say what this form is for. So say it is a 3-day free meal prep group, just for instance. And I may say, take my 3-day free meal prep group or meal prep group, whatever you want to call it. You know, what is the reason that someone is signing up for or using this form? So, and then I would say a little bit about the form. So what they are exactly signing up for, maybe any information about the group. So say, I'll show you my challenge group form, and it lists everything kind of in bullet point form, you know, everything that I offer in the group, so that way they know what they are going to get by signing up for it. And I would just type in a description like, over the next 3 days, I will be sharing how I meal prep. You will be provided with a guide in how to meal prep. You know, whatever they're going to get in the group, I would add that in here. Sign up for this form, sign up for this group by filling out, I can't type today, out the information below. And I will send you an email with the group link within 24 hours to join. So that's kind of what I do. So that's basically the gist of how to get that started. And then now you can put anything and everything basically in your Google form. I do recommend, if you are doing a free group, do not ask for a lot of information, because people aren't going to sign up if they have to give you a bunch of information at the beginning. Basically the only thing that I do, so the next part of this is asking a question. So I may say that I want their first and last name, and then short answer. So you have different choices. So short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, multiple choice grid, date, time, all of that. So for this, I just want them to type in that. You can hit required if it is required for your form, and then you can also do a description for first and last name if you wanted to, or whatever that you are wanting to do in your form. And you can also duplicate things. So now I want their email address, so I am going to add another section for them to type in their email address. So I'm going to hit add question, and I'm going to do email address, and that's also a short answer as well, and it is required. So that's basically all I do for a free group, and you can change the color if you choose to. So say I want to make it orange. It can be any color that you want, or you have the option to add your own picture or choose a theme that they already have created. So you can look through here and choose other things. So they have food and dining, so that might be a good one if you look at it and find one that fits whatever that you are doing. I'm going to select this one just for the heck of it. And that will change the color and the banner on it. You can also upload your own pictures. Some pictures, they have to be a certain size, so sometimes they don't always work, and they always get cut off, so not a lot of font you can really fit in this picture, I will say. But you can upload your own photos from your computer as well to change it up and make it totally customizable for that group or whatever your form is for. But that's it. The other part of this, I will go through the other things that you can do with this too. So we already went over adding a question to your form. You can also do a title and description. So what this is basically just some kind of section where you're adding a lot of text but no picture, and it's a lot of information, or maybe it's like different steps. So like 1, 2, 3, and you have like different bullet points and stuff, because most of the other, like if you're adding a question and you add a description to that, it will not allow you to hit enter and do bullet points. So that's a great way to do that. If you're not really asking a question, you're just giving information, which I'll kind of show in my one of my welcome forms. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. The other thing that you can do is add an image, so you can add pictures to this as well. Say I want to add a quote picture. It depends on what this is for, or a picture of me is the most common thing that I do, just to show people a picture of me or of the team, or picture of food or anything like that. And you can give the image a title, and you can center align that, change it, remove it, whatever. So that's kind of how you can add a picture. And then video. So these videos are from YouTube mostly. You can do URLs, but it all has to be from YouTube. So if you want to do, say for instance, a welcome video or a video explaining something in more detail, you need to upload it to YouTube, and then you can paste or search or paste the link to it directly right here. That way that you will be able to use that. So after you have added your video, let's say I want to do, I can pull up one of mine actually. I don't know if it will. How to, actually, yeah, there's a lot of different videos. So like say I want to do how to use free groups effectively. I want to add that video. I will select it, and then I can center align that, title it, whatever. Other things I can do is add the section. So that would just be kind of like making it a second page, which I don't usually do that. You can merge it with the above section too, but I don't really use that often, to be honest. So I'm going to actually go ahead and delete that because I don't really need it. So yeah, that's kind of the basics of making a form. So I will go into responses. So where do you see your responses when someone does fill out your form, whether that's for a free group, a challenge group, or a welcome form with information. So the best way, oh, and the other part of this is you can hit accepting responses or turn it off. So say the form, like the group is over, you're not accepting responses for this group at this time, like a free group, and the link is kind of out there in one of your posts, you can change it to where you're not accepting any more people into that group, which is nice. So where do I go from here? I would click this little spreadsheet, and it will create a spreadsheet form. You can change the name of the spreadsheet that it creates. So like I said, Google Drive, you have the option to do Google Docs, Google Spreadsheet. So it'll actually make like an Excel sheet for you for the responses of your form. I'm not going to make one because I don't need this form, but it would, you hit create and it would take you directly to that form that will create based on the, or create a spreadsheet based on the form that you have created with all the questions. So I don't want, you wouldn't want to do this until after you have created your form and you are happy with it. You can change it later if need be though. Or you can select an existing one as well. So I'm gonna hit cancel, and then also I would hit get email notifications for new responses. Anyone that fills out the form, then I would get an email notification to my Gmail account saying that someone had filled it out. And then you can select a response designation, which would be the spreadsheet. And you can download your responses as well or delete them. But I always do the email notification so I know whether or not someone has filled it out. And I want to say there's other things that you do. So you can click collect email addresses, but I already have that as part of the form, so I'm not going to hit that. Limit to one response, and then it does say that it requires them to sign into their like Gmail account, so I don't usually do that because not everyone has one. You know, if you want to let respondents edit after they submit or see characters and text response and all of that. So you can totally customize this. And then you can do the confirmation message. So you could say like after they fill it out, you could be like, thank you for taking the time to fill this out. I will be sending you the link to the group within the next 24 hours to join. Join via email from Sarah Facemeyer at gmail.com, just to kind of give them an idea of what's going to happen from here.
Yeah. Sure.
And and then from there you can make it a quiz or whatever, and that's about it. So then you can save that section as well. So from there, you would be able to, basically you can send this to anyone, but if you want to view it before you send it, make sure everything is correct how you want it, then you would hit preview, and it will give you a preview of what someone would see when you send this to someone and what they would fill out. So that's done. So then how you send it is just hit send, and then you can send via email. So to subject, message, include form and email or not. Bandit, come here. Sorry about that. And then, or you can send it directly as a link. You could copy this link, shorten the URL, or keep it long. And I will say there's a reason that I do keep it long, which I will go over with too. So then I would copy that and send it, or you could share on Facebook, Twitter, that kind of thing. And that's basically it. So I will kind of go over how to share. Let's see. All right, so that's how you make a form. That's how you would share it. So now I will kind of share what my other forms have looked like. My free group ones are very simple and basic. Like I said, there's just first and last name and email address. So I do ask that, and as your responses come in, you will be able to see responses. And as you can see, I am not accepting any more responses from this group because it has already started. So that would be my free group. And then I also have to apply for a challenge group as well. So starting your transformation is what I call this, and I will change the name and the title of this form every single time, but I explain what this group is, all the bullet points, and then I have questions based on, you know, helping them to reach their goals. So first and last name, email address, Facebook, phone number, anything that I want to ask them, you know, what their current fitness level is. And I make it clear that this group is just so that they can apply to be in my group and be considered to join, because not everyone will join, and it's just based on the requirements that I have for the group. So I ask them questions based on their goals and their needs, and then I will message or email them depending if they are on Facebook or not, and kind of go over what they said their goals were to help them get started with a program and Shakeology for in the group before it starts. If you guys want me to share the links for these forms as well, so you can kind of use them as a template, that's awesome too. I can share those so that you guys can create your own forms and make it however, what you offer as a coach on your team, in your group, anything like that. The other ones that I have are welcome forms, which I had mentioned earlier, and that is, I have a welcome form for the challenge group. So after someone gets started, they order their challenge pack, they're ready to get started in a challenge group, then I will send them this. And this is just information for them to be able to get started on the right foot. It's kind of like a prep week, but in a form. So it walks them through step by step on how to get started before they receive everything in the mail. It's something that I just started doing, but it has been very beneficial too. So I'm not, you know, sitting there answering a ton of questions, and I'm helping them to get started on the right foot. And then I can answer any questions after they finish, because, you know, we tend to answer a lot of questions, and then, you know, a lot of those questions could have been answered from video or, you know, other ways as well, and you're spending less time having to explain to every single person one-on-one. And then I also have apply to be part of the team. That's another one. That's one that I will use periodically on Instagram or on my Facebook like page for someone to apply to be a part of the team. But other than that, then I have the welcome form for new coaches as well, and it kind of walks them through on how to get started as a coach, just like the challenge group one, but it's more geared towards coaching and answering those questions. So that's basically the gist of it. Like I said, I use the same form for the challenge group for someone to apply to be a part of the challenge group. I use the same one, but I just change the title of the form every time for the title of my group, however many days it'll be, that kind of thing, what I'm offering. And then all of my free groups, I do make separate ones for that. So yeah, do you have any questions so far? There's also another one. I just realized that I had another one, but I have one for a pre-challenge evaluation. This is one that I would have someone fill out during the challenge group before we actually get started to basically ask them, you know, what flavor of Shakeology are you drinking? How is your current energy, your craving levels? What is your hunger level? You know, like attention and focus, because a lot of times you don't realize how much has changed unless you think about it beforehand, and then you can look at it afterwards. So that is basically it for that. I hope that this helps. Like I said, if you guys want any of the actual links for templates for the forms that I use to use kind of as your own and make your own, then I will share those in the team page. But that is basically it. I'm going to stop my screen share now. And that's it. So I hope that this helped. If you caught it kind of in the middle or at the end, I would definitely rewatch this from the beginning. But other than that, that was it. And I will talk to you guys again next week. So, bye guys.